Welcome to Canva Tutorials by Like It or Not. In today's lesson, you are going to learn how to use templates to create amazing backgrounds. Let's deconstruct a YouTube gaming template and then adjust the background image to design something eye-catching. As always, every expert was once a beginner. Let's get started. Here's the template we're going to use, and so that you know, it is green, modern, bold, gaming YouTube thumbnail. This template has two text boxes. We're going to get rid of them both. And it has an image set as background. We're going to detach it. In order to help us see the white lines and circles on the image, I'm going to change my background to this color. We're going to change our image from this to this using the adjustment tool. Click your image, go to your top panel and click adjust. And you will be changing a variety of things here. We're just going to play around with it, see how close we can get. There we go. I'm going to change the X process and change the vignette. If I click on this, the one that I've already adjusted, and I click adjust, it's going to tell me everything that I want to know. There is a filter code that you can take and copy and paste to a different picture. Let me show you. Here it is. I'm going to paste that filter code and it looks exactly the same. Let's undo that. And I'm just going to take it and copy it in there because I'm off here. And now what I need to do is I want to make this image look like this. And what that means is I need to crop it. Double click your image and you're going to notice that there's little white partial triangles at each corner. And for this one, I'm going to left mouse click and drag it up so that it is larger. And then I'm going to click outside of it. I'm going to click it again. I'm going to bring the image where it needs to be. And then I'm going to take these little flat lines and bring it up and bring it down. I think that I want to enlarge the image just a little more or crop it a little more. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Sometimes you just need to play around with it for a little while before you can get it to work. You just play with the adjustments to however you want it. And I do kind of want that top circle. It's still not quite right. So, oh, there we go. Resize him down a little bit and then bring him over. Let's move on to the next step, which is going to be adding a fade to transparency. Before we learn that effect, I just want to say how thankful I am to have all of you join me during this lesson. It really means the world that you've taken the time out of your day to learn from me. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the new lessons. And just so that you know, my image size here, we're going to do it at 1433. 1431 is fine, just about in that range, 14 something, 1430 something. And we're going to use this. And it comes up really, really tiny, but that's okay. We're going to make it bigger. You might wonder what the name is, and I'll tell you in a second. We're going to make that 1080 by 1080. The name is Gradient That Fades to Transparency. So if you type in Fade to Transparency, it will pop up. And then remember, add it to your likes folder so that you can use it. And if you have a pro account, you can add it to a different folder as well. But what we're going to do here is change the color. And I'm going to change the left color to black and the right color to blue. And then I'm going to pull it here. And you're going to think, well, that doesn't look good. We're going to flip it horizontally. And that's going to look better. You can still see the line up here. That's okay. We're going to put an element on top to disguise that line. What element? Well, an earth sounds good. And we're going to make it larger. And this is what it looks like typically. First thing I want to do is change it. I want to take this, go to adjust, and copy my filter code. Control Command C, and go to the earth and Control or Command V. And I don't like the way that looks, so I'm going to change a couple things. Let's see, what does this one say? -15 and 42. -50. Wow, I managed to get the 42 one right. $100. But this is how this code is helpful. Let me just apply the code there. We're going to add some effects. Shadows. You guys know I love my shadows. Let's add a glow effect. Saving paused. I wonder if I just lost internet. That happens here. I'm going to change it to white. And you see how the earth has a nice glow. We're going to make it a little larger, give it a little less transparency, add a little blur, and apply it. And then I'm going to put it up here in the corner. I might make it larger. You see this one's really large. But I'm going to add my text first. Let's just duplicate this and take it up here. And all I did was shift and click on the text boxes and go up here and click duplicate, and then left click mouse, hold it and drag it up to the other one. I'm going to delete that though. And then I'm going to alter my words. Exploring planet Earth. I'm going to click enter. And it's at this point, do you see now where you can barely see the line? I need to make my earth bigger so that the line from the fade to transparency block is disguised. And I'm going to take in this little white line and then make the word earth a little bigger. And then I'm going to do the same thing to exploring planet. And I think I might, yep, I had an extra space there. I'm going to change the font color. I'm going to change the font color to one of the ones that's in the background, blue. But this might be where you use your brand style or your brand color. It just doesn't work here. That one would work fine. That one would work great actually. If you have any questions about Canva, post them in the comments and I'll happily address any concerns you may have. It might even inspire me to create new content. Remember to check the description for timestamp chapters and the filter codes I used in this video. Let's finish up our tutorial with the text effect on this thumbnail. You can actually go ahead and add an effect if you want. Let's add shadow and bring the offset closer with the direction. Add a little blur. And you just play around with it until you get it the way you like it. And then kind of note that because you want to keep your brand consistent. Exploring planet Earth. And that's how I took this and created this. For this one, my size is 69 and the effects are lift at 60. And for this one, the size is 477 with a shadow effect. And my shadow effect that I used there, I just used black. It gives it a little extra pop off the page even though you can't really see it. If I change the color, you would be able to see it. But I just wanted something extra. Detach, adjust, and crop. Fade to transparency, add the element, add the text back in. Those are the steps for using a template to create your own design. If you enjoyed this tutorial and want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe and check out these recommendations next. See you next time when we will learn more ways to create an outline effect like you learned here with the moon for YouTube thumbnails. Bye!